All right, let's take a look at this 2014 Outlander. This is the regular Outlander. This is not the Sport. This is the one that comes with. This one has either the option for a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder or a 3-liter V6. The one here is the 4-cylinder option. This is the SE trim level with the Mitsubishi's all-wheel drive system. Their super all-wheel control is what they call it. I'll get a little bit into that later. Starting off, this front end is new from their kind of shark nose front end. And this front end was not perceived very well, as this particular one only lasted for this single year, and then they changed it up to a different design. So like I said, this is the SE with the all-wheel drive 2014 model year. These are the rims. I'm not sure what the size is, but they're actually a pretty decent looking rim as opposed to a lot of stuff we see today. Kind of the 5-spoke design, which is something I like. Looking at the back here, you kind of got this chrome across here, and I do like these tail lights. They're like almost like cleared lights, which are really cool. But down here, your reverse lights, and these are just reflectors, so your reverse lights aren't in there at all. And here you can also see the SL wheel control kind of going away, but still there. So as far as trim levels, this came in the base model, which might have been, I can't remember, but I think it's the SE. And then the higher trim level was the GT, which was like top of the line, top spec and everything, and had all the bells and whistles and whatnot. This one does not, but I'll show you the inside. One other cool feature I like is it's got these indicator lights integrated into the mirrors. Alrighty, so back here, here's the back hatch. This is a 7-seater. Obviously this is pretty small. I'd call this like maybe just a mid-size SUV. But here you got your third row, and this is definitely only gonna be for kids because there is zero legroom back there. So since I won't be hauling around 5 or so kids, I just usually leave them down here. Underneath here you got some more storage. Right there I just got the headrest for the third row. So I mean, it's not huge or anything, but nice to have it. You got these little cubbies on each side, which I actually am using right now. Little pocket here for phone or something. Sorry, it's dirty. Cup holders over here. You also got your jack and all that for the spare tire stuff that you need in there. Alrighty, in the back now, this is with the seats all folded down. So you've got this fully flat cargo area, and there's your front 2 seats up there. The way these seats fold is actually kind of annoying to me. I hate the ones where you have to take the headrests out. This is one where you have to take the headrests out. But you can just pop it up here, and this, obviously really weird. Even more odd is this switch here. So as you can see, it's saying if you want it to just kind of move forward like this in order to gain access to the third row. If you actually want to fold this down without it stopping halfway, you have to flip this in there, and then you're able to actually pop it fully flat. Kind of an annoyance. I don't see many other cars that you have to do that in order to have them flop down. They'll just do it automatically. But this is kind of floppy, I don't know, but I guess it works. And then you can just pop this. Oh, I might have messed it up. You've kind of got to finesse it in here to close it, and there you go. So that's with the seats down. Getting in here, pretty decent room. Actually a lot of room, to be honest with you. No sunroof in here. The GT does have that. Higher trim levels also have leather seating, as well as leather inserts here instead of cloth inserts. And up in the front here, this kind of carbon fiber-esque looking trim is replaced with like a wood looking trim. I honestly prefer this over the wood, but Obviously the wood comes with the higher trim levels. These seats do have the ability to move forward and back with this switch right here, as well as to angle them back and forth with the this one right here, so you can have it lean back a little further if you want. You've got this cup holder back here, pretty standard, nothing special about it. You don't have any sort of cable things back here that might come in the higher trim levels, I'm not sure. Now just before we enter drivers, you also have this, which comes in your key fob. This key fob has lock, unlock, and panic button. Has some sort of accessory, I'm guessing power lift gate for the rear hatch. Got the Mitsubishi logo there, and your key is right here. That will pop out with this switch right here. You also have this button which will unlock and unlock, and it kind of chirps at you, telling you. Up in the driver's cabin, again here, cloth insert. Not a massive fan of, but that'll do. You have these kind of cool, the cloth has a cool design to it, so I don't mind it too much. All black interior, carpet's all black as well. You've got, coming in here, there's your gauge cluster. We'll turn it on here. You have this start stop button, no key. I assume it probably does have, it probably does have the option for a key, because this looks like somewhere that's blocked off. Let's start it up. There you go. Let's shut this off. So here's your screen. Obviously, it's telling me that. Your mode selector is over here, so what it displays, it's this button right here. You also have traction control. Probably power liftgate button is what that would be in higher trim level. So obviously this is displaying mileage. The eco is on in several modes, so it's displaying that. If we flip through, it's going to show miles per gallon. This is your average speed. This, I'm not sure what this is. It just displays the amount of eco you're using. I know the leaves will kind of change maybe, so I don't know if that has to do with it. This is your SAWC, Super All-Wheel Control. I don't really fully know what this one does. All I know is it kind of tells you when you have traction and when you don't. The bar in the middle will kind of light up, maybe alerting you that it's using four-wheel drive instead of the front-wheel drive. Next one is the one that's suggesting the maintenance for it. So it's going to say like 36,000 miles, 3 month, or 3,600, 3 month. Trip A and trip B, and they're back again. Now what I want to talk about is their super all-wheel control system, their all-wheel drive system. This is supposed to be chrome, obviously 2014, it's all gone. So it's kind of this nasty yellow color, but it is what it is. Forgot, this also comes with heated seats, so you've got low and high. Back to the super all-wheel control system. This is a button. Pressing this button here, I'll show you on here. So right now we're in normal. You see up in the top left on the little LCD screen. If I hit it, you can see all of the screens or all the modes that's in it. So if I can flip through it, and it will flip. So there's lock. I'm assuming that locks it into four-wheel drive. Doesn't lock the diff or anything. It just locks it into an all-wheel drive system. All-wheel control eco, I'll show you again here real quick with the eco mode what that does. And there's normal, snow, lock, and the all-wheel control eco mode. I usually leave it in normal, and I'll tell you here in a second. So the reason I leave it in normal is you have this eco mode, which sounds great in the beginning. If I hit eco, it'll pop up on here. It turns it all-wheel control eco, and eco mode is on. All this mode really is going to do is limit the amount that the engine can be, limit the RPMs the engine can be at. So it's going to hold it and kind of strain the motor. Now for the 6-cylinder, that's not bad, but for the 4-cylinder, where a lot of people say this vehicle's already underpowered, it kind of just ruins it. And honestly, from what I've experienced, I've had it in here for a week, and then I switched to normal mode in a week. and honestly I get better mileage in normal mode. So I would honestly not recommend that if you have the 4-cylinder one. 6-cylinder, I have no idea. It's probably a lot better in that, especially if you're hauling a lot of people in here. With the 4-cylinder, this eco mode is really gonna hurt you. I've had 4 people in here, and I've had eco mode on, and the engine is really straining trying to get up to speed. Which brings me to my next point. Obviously, this being a 4-cylinder vehicle and third row, the 4-cylinder really hinders its performance. The majority of vehicles, like a Honda Pilot maybe, that's probably something similar to this, a 14 Honda Pilot. Those all have 6 cylinders in them. The 4-cylinder just seems a little underpowered for the type of vehicle this is and everything, which is unfortunate because a lot of them have the 4-cylinder. And if you want to get the V6, you have to buy the higher trim level. For me personally, someone who doesn't have any kids or anything, and it's just them driving to work and stuff, this vehicle is perfect. I don't have any issues with the 4-cylinder. It gets up to speed on the highway and everything fine. But I can understand. I have had people in here, like up to like 4 or 5 people in here. The engine does strain a little bit with the 4-cylinder, and a lot of people online say the 4-cylinder is just a little bit too small, and they recommend getting the 6-cylinder. Taking a look at the inside here, the GT and the higher trim levels come with has a Rockford Fosgate sound system, so this is all Rockford Fosgate branded. Also in the back, you would have had the option in the left cubby. It would have came with the optional Rockford Fosgate subwoofer as well, so that's something nice. This does have a screen. It's got a backup camera and everything. Comes standard with that, I think. In terms of buttons down here, we've got eco mode, your hazards. This is gonna tell you passenger airbag stuff here. Here's your climate control stuff. You got dual climate. I showed you the heated seats already. There's your AC button. It's kind of the snowflake thing. Yeah, really nice. Down here you've got 12 volt. There's a spot for your key. If you leave it in there, so there's the spot for your key right there. If you leave it in there to actually tell you when you shut the car off, hey, don't forget your key. I'm assuming this is some sort of optional equipment here. Kind of got a little cubby down here, cup holders. In here, you've got your park, reverse, neutral, drive, all that normal. You also have a low gear, and you also have a sport mode. The sport mode kind of just holds the engine at higher RPMs. Kind of the opposite of the eco mode, but and honestly, the eco mode and the sport are more of a gimmick than anything, so I would not use them unless, I don't know, you're trying to have fun or something. You've got the actual e-brake instead of the one where you push down over here. Glove box, pretty standard. All this stuff, pretty standard. And there you go. There's that little message: remove key from key slot. Actually nice because it's a little hidden down here. I forgot to mention the steering wheel. You got obviously Mitsubishi branding up here. This is your volume controls, skip, go back, up and down, mode. That'll switch it from like Bluetooth to radio or to FM to AM. You've got all the voice controls for calling over here. On this side, all this is just cruise control stuff. You've got your lights. This is your DRLs, your daytime running lights. Hold on, let me shut. Alright, sorry. This is your daytime running lights. These are your normal lights that you'd use at night. That's off for them. If you flip this forward, oops. If you flip this forward, there's your fog lights on. Turn back and forth. To turn your brights on, you just pull on this and they're on. You got to turn them on here. So there's your indicator, they're on. There's fog lights on. There's brights on. And one thing is a little weird. If you turn your fog lights on and you hold them on like that, it actually turns your fog lights off. So I'm not sure if that has something to do with power. See, they're on there and brights on, and then the fog lights are off. I don't know what that's about, but let's take a look under the hood. Alrighty, underneath the hood, this is the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, like I said before. Obviously, there's a lot of room in the back of this engine because it does have the option to come equipped with a 6-cylinder, which is nice. Yeah, pretty standard in here. Couple things I've already done as far as stuff. I've put in LED headlights and then LED fog lights as well. I did upgrade the high beams. I don't know, something might be up with these. A couple of other odds and ends I forgot to mention. I don't know if this comes without a CVT, but this one does have a CVT transmission. Obviously a little bit of annoying to work with because you gotta keep up on the maintenance on it. A lot of the issues with the CVTs happen because people don't change the fluid when they need to. And like I said, I don't know if this came with the option for just the regular one, but you can definitely tell this one has a CVT because you don't feel the shifting at all. It mostly just feels like it's just going up in speed, so there's not really any hard shifting or anything. I don't know if you've ever felt that in an older vehicle or something, but this one, you can definitely tell it's a CVT, which isn't a bad thing, but a lot of people look down on them just because the amount that you need to have to keep it maintained and stuff, and keep it going with the longevity. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know. If you guys own them, if you guys like them, you don't like them, I'd like to hear some talk about the 6-cylinders maybe, if someone has one. That's kept a pretty straightforward drivetrain. This thing has changed a lot in as far as looks, but up until recently, I think it's had mostly same engine, mostly same drivetrain. They still use the SAWC, their super all-wheel control system. So I mean, even if it's not a 2014, if it's a 2015 or something, I mean, it's still fairly similar. The biggest thing, like I said, is the grille. They changed the grille on them just because it wasn't perceived that well. But yeah, I'd like to hear what your guys' experiences are with them. If you've owned one, have one now, or looking to get one. My personal experience, I love the thing. Runs, drives great, super smooth, great on gas. Yeah, just let me know. Thanks for watching.